In the hills above Los Angeles, a perfect life hid a nightmare. They locked their daughter in the panic room and told the world she was in Europe for years.
Welcome to Midnight Tale Chronicles, your go-to spot for gripping crime fictions, chilling mysteries, and stories that twist until the very end. Whether it's classic whodunits or dark modern tales, we've got the suspense you crave. If this hooked you, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss the next unraveling secret. Let's dive deeper into the shadows, together.
Mia Kensington was born into a world that glittered like the Los Angeles skyline at dusk, sharp, expensive, and impossibly bright. In 2006, at 23, she was already a household name in the digital age, the undisputed queen of what people still called Web 2.0 fame, before Instagram swallowed everything. Her handle, @MiaMoxie, had exploded to 2.8 million followers on the newly viral TikTok platform, back when it was still called Musical.ly in some circles, but she jumped early. Every post was meticulously crafted. Golden hour Pilates reels on Santa Monica Beach, slow-motion hauls of vintage Chanel and emerging designers in her walk-in closet the size of most people's apartments, and soft-focus philanthropy clips, handing out eco-friendly water bottles at charity runs or posing with rescue dogs at high-dollar galas. She drove a pearl-white Range Rover autobiography, the kind with custom plates that read Moxie 1. She dated A-list actors for 3-month sprints, never long enough to threaten her independence. Weekends meant Coachella VIP wristbands, rooftop parties at the Standard, and brunches at the Ivy where photographers waited like patient vultures. The Kensington estate in Trousdale Estates sat high above the city like a modern fortress carved into the hillside. 25,000 square feet of glass, marble, and white oak, infinity pools that seemed to pour straight into the Pacific haze, a home theater with recliners that cost more than most cars, and hidden behind a seamless panel in the master wing, the Panic Room, a post-2005 celebrity paranoia special. Steel reinforced concrete, independent HVAC, bulletproof viewing port, biometric locks, and enough battery backup to run for weeks. Victor Kensington insisted on it after a string of high-profile home invasions rattled Hollywood. Better safe than trending for the wrong reasons, he'd said at the time. Victor himself was Silicon Valley old guard turned new royalty. He'd founded Kensington Dynamics in the late 90s, betting big on machine learning algorithms before most people knew what neural nets meant. By 2005, he'd cashed out at the peak, turning a modest startup into $4.2 billion in valuation. Elena Voss Kensington, once a Ford model's darling who walked Milan and Paris in the 80s, had pivoted into the perfect Instagram matriarch. 5 million followers, sponsored sunrise meditations, $300 jade rollers, and empowered motherhood summits that charged 5 figures a ticket. Together, they projected untouchable perfection, yacht photos off Capri, family Christmas cards from Aspen, subtle private jet flexes in the background.
Mia had grown up inside that perfection, but lately she'd started to chafe. She confided in her inner circle that she wanted to build something real. Not another app daddy funds, she'd say. My own thing. Fashion, maybe. Sustainable. Authentic. Her friends described her the same way, bubbly but sharp, independent to a fault, with sun-bleached blonde waves that fell past her shoulders, a body honed by years of hot yoga and spin classes, and green eyes that could shift from playful to fierce in a heartbeat. That's when Javier Ruiz walked into her gym. He was 28, 6'2", shoulders broad from a decade of lifting, arms sleeved in tattoos that told stories he rarely shared. Born in a small town outside Guadalajara, he'd crossed the border alone at 16, sleeping in bus stations and working under-the-table construction gigs until he landed a spot as a trainer at Equinox. Word of his skills spread. By 2006, he was freelancing for high-net-worth clients in the hills. The Kensingtons hired him 3 mornings a week. Mia's sessions were brutal. Deadlifts, kettlebell swings, battle ropes until her lungs burned. But between sets, something shifted. A lingering glance, a brush of fingers when he adjusted her form, then stolen kisses behind the squat rack when the house was quiet. Javier was nothing like the men who circled her world. No agent, no publicist, no calculated brand. He spoke softly, laughed easily, and carried a quiet pride that didn't need validation. For Mia, he felt like oxygen after years of breathing filtered air. They started sneaking out, late drives down the Pacific Coast Highway, parking at empty stretches of Zuma Beach to watch the moon on the water, eating carne asada tacos from trucks in Boyle Heights while mariachi music drifted from open windows. "You make everything feel possible," she told him one night, head on his chest in the back seat of his beat-up Tacoma. "Like maybe I don't have to perform all the time." They talked about the future in whispers. A small house somewhere quiet. Kids, maybe. A life without NDAs and paparazzi. The differences, money, papers, culture, felt small when they were alone. The age gap? Barely 5 years. But to Victor and Elena, Javier was radioactive. Not just the class divide, the immigration status, the optics in a post-9/11, pre-DACA America, where border rhetoric was already heating up. "Our daughter with an illegal?" Victor muttered to his wife one night. "The press would eat us alive." September 15th, 2006. They drove to Vegas in the middle of the night. A 24-hour chapel off the Strip, Elvis impersonator optional. No guests, no prenup. Just 2 gold bands from a pawn shop and vows they meant with every fiber of their beings. Mia posted nothing but a red heart emoji at 3:17 a.m. Javier went to a tattoo parlor at dawn and got Mrs. Ruiz scripted across his left pec. 72 hours of stolen bliss followed. Room service in a suite at the Bellagio, lazy mornings tangled in sheets, promises whispered against skin. Then Elena spotted the ring during a mother-daughter lunch at Nobu, Malibu. The questions started polite, then turned surgical. Mia lifted her chin. "I married him. I love him. That's it." The Kensingtons didn't scream. They didn't threaten to disinherit her. They moved with the cold precision of people who'd built empires on calculated risks.
That evening, Victor texted Javier, "Family meeting, important, come to the house." Elena greeted him at the door in cashmere and concern, insisting on showing him the new security upgrade before the conversation. She led him down the hallway, through the hidden panel, into the panic room. "Victor wants your opinion on the ventilation specs," she lied smoothly. Javier stepped inside. The door hissed shut. A soft click, then gas, odorless, fast-acting. He dropped like a stone. Security dragged him out the service entrance, loaded him into a black SUV, drove to a deserted curve on Mulholland, arranged pills and needles for the photos, then vanished. Tabloids ran the headline 2 days later, "Trainer to the stars dead in apparent overdose." Mia never got the chance to scream for long. They waited until she came home from yoga. 2 of Victor's private detail pinned her arms while Elena injected the same sedative. They carried her, still in Lululemon, into the vault, the 10-ton hydraulic door sealed with finality. Victor activated the intercom. His voice was calm, almost paternal. "This is temporary, princess. A reset. Forget the boy. When you're ready to rejoin the family, really rejoin, we'll open the door."
Day 1, rage. She hammered steel until her hands swelled. Day 3, bargaining through tears. Week 2, silence broken only by sobs. The room gave her nothing back but echoes. Nutrient paste arrived once daily through a slot, tasteless, 800 calories. Water dripped from a tube. No clock, no windows. The emergency bulb stayed on 24/7, washing everything in sickly yellow. She rationed the paste at first, did push-ups and squats until her muscles screamed. She wrote on the walls with a stub of lipstick she'd hidden in her bra, "Javi, I love you. I'm still here." Weeks blurred. Mold bloomed in corners from recycled air. Silverfish skittered across the floor. Her cycle synced to the food drops, predictable, humiliating misery. Outside, the cover story solidified. "Mia's taking time for herself in Europe," Elena posted. Fake Paris selfies, a lookalike model, Amalfi Coast sunsets, captions about radical self-care. Followers commented heart eyes and living goals. Victor's board sighed in relief. No messy headlines to spook investors. Alex, 19 and already groaned for the family business, slid trays through the slot once a week. "Mom says this is for your own good," he'd whisper, voice cracking. Then he'd leave. Months became years. By 2009, Mia's weight had plunged below 90 pounds. Hair fell out in clumps.
What remained matted into dreads. Skin stretched thin over bone. Hallucinations crept in. Javier's voice singing corridos through the vents. Her mother's heels clicking in the hallway. She'd mimic Elena's influencer voice to comfort herself. "Hey besties, manifesting healing energy today." By 2015, her bones had softened from chronic vitamin D deficiency, rickets in an adult body, teeth loosened, psychosis deepened. She rocked for hours, whispering follower counts like prayers. 3 million, 4 million, come back. The Kensingtons prospered. Kensington Dynamics hit $12 billion after an IPO. Elena's wellness brand crossed $50 million in annual revenue. Alex became COO, married a Rockefeller descendant, produced 2 perfect grandchildren for the holiday cards. Javier lived. The overdose story never sat right. He clawed his way legal through DACA advocacy, opened his first Ruiz fitness gym in East LA in 2012. By 2020, he had 50 locations, a popular podcast about resilience, a TEDx talk, but he never stopped searching. Old photos of Mia stayed in his wallet. In 2022, he applied anonymously for a butler position at the Kensington estate. $200 million net worth now meant they needed extra discreet staff. They hired him. He listened. Maids whispered about the noises upstairs, a locked wing nobody entered. One night, he spoofed a nanny cam feed, saw the live panic room camera for the first time. Mia, 41, 35 pounds, fetal, rocking, muttering about likes and comments. He almost vomited. January 2024, he leaked 30 seconds of footage to a TMZ burner account. The clip detonated. Mia's gaunt face clawing concrete, hoarse whisper, "Javi, please." Hashtag Free Vault Girl hit 1 billion impressions in 48 hours. LAPD SWAT rolled up at dawn. Armored vehicles, helicopters thumping overhead, news drones swarming. Elena shrieked deepfake on the driveway. Victor's lawyers formed a wall. Alex was already on a plane to Dubai. Explosives breached the hydraulics. The door cracked open. Light, real, blinding sunlight poured in. Mia recoiled, arms over her face. "No flashes, no photos," she sobbed, convinced it was another red carpet. Paramedics in hazmat suits lifted her bird-like body onto a stretcher. Weight, 35 pounds. Hair, waist-length tangles. Nails like talons. Teeth eroded to nubs. Hospitals. IV nutrition. Psychiatric wing. Doctors shook their heads. This is beyond POW-level trauma, organs failing, brain rewired for perpetual survival mode. Recovery, if it happens, will take years. Javier sat outside her room every day, refused to leave. The Kensingtons faced federal charges, kidnapping, false imprisonment, conspiracy, elder abuse statutes stretched to fit, civil suits piled up. The empire cracked. Mia began the slowest climb back. First words to Javier through a glass partition. You waited. Tears. Then therapy, physical rehab, learning to walk again on legs that had forgotten how. The world had changed. Phones unrecognizable, TikTok now a cultural juggernaut, her old followers scattered. But Javier stayed. She never became the golden girl again. That version died in the dark. Instead, she became something quieter, harder, truer. A survivor who occasionally posted again. Not halls or Pilates, but raw updates, hospital beds, physical therapy, therapy dogs, small victories. Day 1237 of coming back, one caption read, "Still here." And Javier, her anchor, replied to every single one.